Hey, anytime people come to the backyard and they walk around and they take a look at the greenhouse here, I get questions of, do you have the plans? How much did it cost? Who helped you? How long did it take? And so we're going to get into that on this episode of Planet Dojo. Stick around.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
Hey, shalom mi gente. Welcome to Planet Dojo. I am Blue, and I'm some sort of a backyard building contractor. I don't know. Whatever Light Blue, aka the wife, wants. She'll kind of take pictures on Facebook and say, hey, can you make something like this? And then I'm like, okay, we can try. So made quite a few things. Today though, we got the greenhouse, got a couple of questions about the greenhouse way before I even started trying to do a YouTube channel of sorts. But I do have some pictures. So this is kind of like a greenhouse retro build. And I'll try to talk us through it. I do have some pictures on my laptop over here that like a timeline of how he did it. But again, pretty eclectic, simple build. Just buy some wood and just start building. That's kind of how we did it. But little backstory is rewind 2021 when we purchased this house. It has one of those 3-car garages where 2/3 of it is the main garage and then the other third has, you know, just like a single car. I said, hey, can I build myself a man cave? And I'll show that man cave right here. And of course, Light Blue starts thinking and says, yes, you can have your man cave if I can have a she shed. And like half of y'all going right now is like, what the heck is a she shed? Yeah, there's a commercial that has some, it's basically just a tough shed storage that they doll up as to a little craft room. And so I said yes. So after my man cave, I built this she shed. Okay, so that was 2021, right? So within 6 months, I have my man cave and I have a she shed. Oh, let me rewind back because some of y'all are like, dude, man cave? Looks more like a bar. I actually have another channel called Bourbon Dojo where, you know, I like to review the brown water, the whiskey and whatnot. So if you want to check that channel out, it's called Bourbon Dojo. I post whenever, kind of like this channel when I have time. But yeah, I just, you know, I nose things, palate, whatnot. Check it out, Bourbon Dojo. Back to the program. This was all in 2021. So Facebook being as evil as it is, my wife is in the gardening community or whatever, and she's like, wow, look at these greenhouses. And I'm thinking it's just a little, clear tarp that she's gonna want. And I'll put a couple of, metal poles in and make you a little, greenhouse. And then she shows me a picture of a greenhouse, right? And I'm all like, oh, okay. So this is in 2022. I have some pictures. We're gonna go back retro again on this thing, and we'll talk through it, and I'll post some of these pictures. It's gonna test my editing skills, but nonetheless, it's all about this greenhouse today. So, yep, let's start walking through, and we'll walk through everything, and then I'll have to refer back to my laptop with all the pics. So let's just kind of do a walk around point of view. Okay, so here's the back side, and then front side will come out a little bit out farther, and then we get in close. Y'all notice that, hey, that looks like a door. Yeah, it is. So part of this process is saving money, right? Blue collar guy here, not a whole lot of cash revenue to throw into something. So a big part of this build is leftover lumber and going on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, finding 2 doors. We got one on this side, and then you can barely see it because of the wood, but there is one on that side, and when we go in the place, you'll be able to see it. So we did that. We also have a kind of like a restore. It's almost like a Goodwill, Salvation Army, where we got these windows right here. They're called restore, and I guess that's where the contractors, when they're doing house builds, they have too many, they donate. Restore goes ahead and sells it, and they're kind of like a non-profit, I think. Don't quote me on that, but they do give back to the community. So as you can see, let's just go through these windows. That right there is actually a storm cellar window turned upside down. So if you have a basement, right, it usually will open up. We don't have basements here, so I'm not sure why I found it in California, but I did. So I just turned that thing upside down, and voila. So we'll look at these windows from the outside. Okay, and since it is a greenhouse, the roofing is that plexiglass. It's 2 4x8 plexiglass, and we'll take a look inside. So just let the sun in. Just let the sun in. I'm going to come out here. Actually, yeah, I'm going to come out here. On Amazon, I found really cool because we needed some vents, right? So when we go on the inside, these are air vents to help bring all that the hot air, if it gets too hot, back outside. And those are solar. So yeah. All right. Okay. Quick look on the inside, and you'll notice the door. This is actually a window. We found this window at an antique shop, right? So all we did, here's a little knob to that window. All I did is I slapped on some 2x4s and then a 2x8 and framed it in a 2x4 and a 2x8, and then I put this, the edging on right there to hide the glue. Gorilla Glue, super glue, a couple of screws on this thing. So let's go inside and let's check it out, what it looks like on the inside. Okay, I did something nifty here. I made it so it'll automatically close, and we can go ahead and keep it open simply by putting it on the, on the other side of those 2x4s. You can put it right in the middle or whatnot. and it's on this track system. So you just lift it out and it'll roll. I put it at just a tiny little bit of a slant where it'll just kind of just do its thing. There it goes. Boom. So enough clearance on the bottom. And yeah, so I think I got the track system off of Amazon. I don't know what it was, like $125 or something like that. $119 is probably one of the more expensive things in here. But you can see how I reinforced the doors right here. Really rudimentary. It's a greenhouse. We are not living in this thing. So let me scoot back a little bit. Of course, light blue needs a chandelier. Everything everything I make has a chandelier. We got some little Tivoli lights and whatnot. And so currently, she just has a couple of her succulents. She's getting into succulents, and she's already stated that she wants some kind of shelving in here. So we'll do that. Here's a better look at the plexiglass. So it is a plexiglass. Again, it's ribbed, and so you know, it's not a clear see-through. Don't really need a clear see-through because it's just a tree up there, and we just need some lighting to get in. So you can see where I have our airing vent flows. One right here, one right here. They are solar powered. You see that right there. That little black mat is the solar power for these things. So I have another one that's tucked in right there on the side. So yeah, comes in handy. It does keep the air flowing. Those were only like 29 bucks, I think, or 39 for the pair, something like that. But yep, so here's our doors, and I'm about to let y'all know how I put those in right now. And then there's the other door on the other side. So it's a set of 2 French doors from a house that upgraded probably to a slide door and whatnot. So let me grab my laptop, and then let me start floating out some pics how I got there. Okay, so this first pic is going to be of the base, the deck. First, there's a couple of things. You know, you need to have an even deck down here, and I'm going to show you a pic right now. Should be up, of how I did the base. Just kind of leveled everything out with some cinder blocks. And one point of note, if I was to do this again, I would make sure that all my little holes like underneath are sealed, because we got little gray foxes running around. Maybe I can slam a pic of that right now. But apparently they like our backyard, and it's their little wonderland. So first pic is of the base on here on the she shed. The next one is me framing the doors. So to frame these doors, I kind of pre-framed both doors, as you can see, and I put glue. You know, here's the frame right here, and I did put some glue to kind of seal it a little bit. Doesn't have to be a perfect seal, because again, it is a greenhouse. But I did the 2 doors, got them all ready, and then I kind of held them in place, because again, I'm just one dude. So you can see how I kind of put them in place and use some screws to adhere it to the base of the greenhouse. And yep, there's the first one, the second one, and the third one. So I put one up, I put the second one up, and then I put the back up. And then at this point, I kind of haven't quite figured out what my door is going to be like. So I did put up the front, and I framed the window, and so I just didn't know how big that door needed to be, or how I was going to do it. Again, no plans. No plans. If you can get plans, probably be better, right? You know, but I'm bad with instructions anyways. So I figured, you know what, the door will come to me at some point. We'll figure something out for a door. So there's that. Okay, so I had some extra composite decking from the she shed build, and so I'm like, maybe I have enough to make a little step, a little porch of sorts. So I kind of just put some of my scraps together to kind of see how much I would need, and then I'm like, okay, that'll work. And so I just got went ahead and bought some wood and just kind of framed it out little by little, and you can see that right there. So it's starting to come together. You can see that the next one I put up is the roof line. That's a fun build because it is at an angle, and I'm not the best at math, but yeah, it's starting to come through, as you can see on these next couple of pics. Really enjoy it. Lets the ranges come out. One thing to note, again, nobody's living in here. Let me extend this. There is a gap. The gap is for the air, right? So it doesn't have to be sealed off. It is a greenhouse. There is a gap on this side, as it's just on the 2x4s, and then come up and around. You can see that there's a gap on that side. So that made it a lot easier when you don't have to seal things up, to be able to just lay it up there. Also to note, I built it with very limited amount of cutting branches. I wanted this thing to look like it's been here as long as the tree has been here, and the tree simply grew around it. So that was another thing, putting on the roof and framing it, whatnot, when I got up to the top regions, just making sure that, you know, I'm only cutting enough so this tree looks like it grew around it, and I think it did a pretty good job. There's that. Okay, a couple more pics as I'm framing and doing stuff. There's the door. We'll go to this door pic so you can see that it was just the wood. All that is just pine, common pine. Hey, there we go. So there's that pic. And little by little, it got done. It took about 2 weeks. Again, I work, so after work, I come out here and I, just do a little bit more. It looks super cool at night. It has a very good evening view, and I will post that here later when the sun goes down. I'm trying to get this done as quick. You can put different, these are solar lights. Hey, look at our little rain gutter catcher, rain catcher thing. Didn't see that. All right, there we go. Looks better. So I will post some pics at night on this thing. It really brightens up. I'm looking to see if I have any more pics. No, yeah, I'll throw some other little pics. There's blue when it was first finished and done. So again, I didn't have any video. However, I figure I did have some pics from my phone, and so hope you enjoyed the retro build, the retro look. Super simple. Most of the wood is just leftover wood from the she shed, scrap wood. It's the cheapest, wood. I needed to, oh, you know what I want to mention is I had never done siding before. So this is my first time doing siding, which is on here. That is a kind of like a felt like cement, composite of sort siding. Went on pretty easy, pretty simple. I did went ahead and filled in the cracks as best I could and just painted over it. But yeah, that was exciting. First time I've ever done siding. Obviously you start with the bottom and you work your way up. Yeah, most of this, I want to say this build was probably, I don't know, 900 bucks, 800 bucks. That seems to be our budget. We can fit things in between like 750 and 900 bucks. So she shed, I don't know, I gotta find some pictures about the she shed. She shed was obviously a lot more. Yeah, no, I dug this build. We used scraps and it came out really nice. Hey, thanks for viewing, thanks for watching. You can like and subscribe if you like. I will be putting some other things out if I can find some pics of again of the greenhouse. We will do that. We'll walk over there right now and give a little look there. I guess you can see why the little foxes like this place. But yeah, okay. Till next time, till I figure out, how we're gonna do a retro build on this. I'm Blue, signing out. Shalom, mi gente. Go love on someone.